I'm calling this slideshow my Deck the Halls Challenge. A friend of mine invited me over to her house to decorate her house for Christmas, and I could only use her things. So I had no idea what I was walking into until I got there, and then I just went through her bins one at a time, decorated her home, and decorated her tree. So this is their fireplace, and I put up some greenery, and they had those really great humongous ornaments that you see up there. I thought those were fabulous and a great place to put them. And she also had a string of like fake Christmas lights that are up there and a cool snowman. I started out by putting the snowman star up there. I eventually took that down and put a picture of her kids up there. That unfortunately is not photographing well because the light above the fireplace is angling on it the wrong way. They have a great fireplace, has a raised hearth, so on top of the raised hearth you'll see she has some of that old school Mr. and Mrs. Claus that light up and move around. And I thought that was a great spot to put them. And she just had a little box that she was actually storing things in, but I thought it would look great on the hearth. And I just sat a little snowman in front of the box. There's a few close-ups of the fireplace mantle here, and a close-up of their Christmas stockings that are personalized and hung from the mantle. They're great stockings. This is a long shot through their living room. I'm standing over by the tree. I got a whole view of in front of the fireplace, shooting into their kitchen, and over the door you can just make out there's another sign that Kristen painted that is little ornament balls that spells out their last name, and I put that right over the door there in the kitchen for them. There's a little cutout in the wall in between the foyer where you enter their home and the kitchen. So I found this little plush Santa, snowman, and Rudolph in her collection, and they just kind of fit there perfectly. So they're just sitting there to watch over the kids as they have their breakfast every morning. This rocking chair is in front of the fireplace, and I just couldn't resist putting the first Christmas pillow out for Joe and Kristen, along with another one of their stuffed moose that I found in her collection. This is kind of a funny story because I did see this quilt just kind of laying over a chair when I got to Kristen's house that morning, and I couldn't really figure out what it was. Now, I couldn't really find a tree skirt in any of her boxes, and I couldn't find a top for the tree, so I thought I'll just use it as a tree skirt. But then luckily her husband came home briefly to do something in the house. He works locally, and he says, "Hey, did you find that quilt?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it's out." And he's like, "Oh, you know, she loves that. I guess a special family member had made it for her, and the baby loves to look at it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so it hangs on the wall." He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you know, how?" Because all I had was the quilt. He's like, "Oh, you don't have the rod for it." I said, "I don't." So he said, "It's in the garage. I'll go find it for you." So Joe saved the day by coming home, and we got the quilt on the wall behind the couch, and it really adds quite a festive kick to the room. This is Lucas's room. He's in kindergarten, and he likes to collect nutcrackers. So all of the nutcrackers went in Lucas's room along with his little tree. The two girls share a bedroom, and even though they share a bedroom, they each have their own tree. The little smaller one obviously is for baby Vivian, and the bigger one is big sister Isabella's Christmas tree. Also in the bathroom that the kids share are the Mr. and Mrs. Let It Snow snowmen. Kristen had a great snow globe collection. A lot of them were Hallmark ornaments. I put them all together on a cake plate and under a dome to turn it into its own little decor vignette. It came out really cute. This is the hutch in the dining area of Kristen's house. She had a lot of moose. I'm thinking she must like them. So I put them up on the top along with some garland and some beads, and she had a nice painting that she probably did herself at one of those sip and paint things. A cool Christmas tree and some binoculars that I found at her house just sitting there, so I figured let's use them in the decor. And on the bottom part is just some random pieces I found in her holiday decor that I thought would look cute there. These two Santas are cookie jars I found in Kristen's collection of holiday decor, and the black and white, that might be a butter dish. I'm not really sure what it is. I found it in her kitchen and I thought it looked really great next to the Santas. So I put them on her table with a little holiday sprig as a centerpiece decoration. Kristen had a whole tub full of holiday pictures of her and her husband and her kids, and I thought it was cool that she had them all in separate frames and all in there. So I placed them sporadically around her house. This one is of her daughter Isabella with Rudolph behind her. The snowman plate rack was really cute. I put that next to the door out of their kitchen. It's the main door that they use, that they all pretty much go in and out of all the time. And the other picture of the wreath is also on that same door off the side of the kitchen. I also decorated their Christmas tree for them. This is a beautiful tree. They have nice high ceilings and it's in front of a great window. It's funny how much of a person's life story you can learn just by going through their ornaments, all of their children's first Christmases and special events in their lives. And they had some beautiful, beautiful ornaments from Radio City. I've never seen anything like them in my life. They were in these great keepsake boxes, so I had fun going through all their ornaments and seeing what they treasured the most. I hope you guys enjoyed this Deck My Halls challenge slideshow. A huge thank you to the family that invited me into their home to do it for them. I hope this made decorating for your holidays a little bit easier on you guys.